We're joining Doug Borbath at the Panasonic dealer show in Toronto. Doug, you've got the G2 in your hand. Maybe you'd like to walk us through.
Okay, sure. The G2 is the next generation of our detachable lens mirrorless system camera. So for most, that's like a DSLR, but without the reflex mirror. So the great benefits I think a lot of people already know is without the mirror box, you have direct access to your sensor, and that allows us to make the lenses smaller. And it gives us a whole bunch of cool new features that we can use. The greatest benefit of a system like this is that everything you can see in the LCD, you can also see in the viewfinder. So when I switch over to the viewfinder, every menu operation, every function you see is available in the menu. What's unique about this new G2...
Now, why would that be an advantage?
What happens is a lot of people will frame their shot. So let's say I was trying to take a picture of the waterfall outside. I wanted to set up my shot a certain way. Most people will set the picture up, then they take the picture, then they take the camera down, they play it back, they don't like it, they change the settings, they do that 3-4 times to get the picture right. With this system, I can go in and I can actually set up all my settings and preview them right in my viewfinder. It even has features where I can preview the aperture. I can even preview what the shutter speed effect is going to be when I change my shutter speed. And then all I do is, once I've hit the button, I can change my shutter speed and see what the impact's going to be. Then I can even play back the image. So if I'm in the viewfinder, I can even play back the images I've captured and check them out right in my viewfinder. So I never have to take the camera away from my eye. Then what the G2 adds to this is a couple of new features. First of all, the integration of high-def movie, as you know, is becoming very, very popular. This camera offers the ability to do motion JPEG as well as AVC HD Lite.
Okay.
And with AVC HD Lite, you get a lot better audio quality in addition to improvement in video performance.
Now, is this a replacement camera or is this in addition to your line?
This one really replaces the G1. We actually have two new G models coming out replacing the G1. There's the G10 and the G2 that I have in front of us right now.
Now, this is touchscreen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Show us that.
Yeah, this now gives you a whole bunch of new opportunities. First of all, if you look here, I have the option to go into my menu. See that Q menu button? I push that, and it lets me in. Right now I'm in my different film modes. I can go in and turn my intelligent exposure on, my intelligent resolution on or off, my file size, picture sizes, movie modes, so the AVC HD and motion JPEG. I can do all of this right on screen now. I can even, when I shut this menu off, do things like changing my focal points. So you see that focus point? I can make it larger, smaller, and I can move it anywhere on the screen just by touching. And you can see I'm not touching the screen hard, so you're not jamming around to do it. It's a very sensitive touch screen. Then when I lock it in, it's locked in that spot.
Your hands look great, Brenner.
Thank you.
And then I can control all kinds of things. I can even take the shot by pushing this button. Now that means my shutter is active. So you saw here, the touch shutter was off, now it's on. Now let's say I want to focus on Robert's left hand there, I can touch the picture. If I want to focus down here, I touch there. And those shots.
So you're taking the shot by actually touching the screen.
That's right. That's the touch shutter feature right there. And it'll focus and expose right where I touch. So if I want his knee focused and exposed, there it is. So all those shots would have a different depth with a different focal point.
But that feature is defeatable otherwise anytime you touch the screen to select another.
So as soon as I shut it off, now I can do anything else. So if I want to go in and control my exposure, I can control my exposure. I showed you the focus points. I can even go in and change. This one here is my 23 focus points, so I can choose which ones I want to give priority to just by where I touch the screen. So that's not as precise as the other one. It allows me a little bit of weighting of my focus. I move again, now I have my focus lock. So if I want to lock it on something, I can do that, and then wherever it would move in the screen, the camera would stay focused on it.
Got it.
So all of this stuff I can do with touching the screen.
Now, when will we see this camera in the market?
We're expecting this to be around early June.
And do you have a price point or an anticipated price point?
Likely in the $899 neighborhood.
And what kind of lens will come with the camera?
This comes with the kit lens. It's a 14 to 42. And it can use any of our micro four thirds lenses. So Panasonic now has 6 lenses. So we have a 45 to 200, which is a 90 to 400 telephoto. We have macro lens that Leica branded. We have an ultra wide, and we have a prime lens. So we have a number of lenses now.
So it just keeps on getting bigger.
Right.
That's great. Thanks very much for showing us this.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure.